Hey, I'm Jessica, elephant manager here at the Tulsa Zoo, and I wanted to give you a little update on our elephant herd. Since Billy and Tina arrived, we went ahead and got them through the quarantine process at the end of June. The next step was for them to explore all our spaces in the habitat, and then eventually do the process we're in now, which is elephant introductions. Elephant introductions is a very strategic process. There's a lot of things we consider. First of all, elephants' personalities individually, their histories, how did they interact with other animals, and their hormonal status. That and more makes us kind of formulate our plan and go to step one, which is the howdy period. The howdy period is when the elephants are on each side of the fence line. That shared fence line is a barrier, so the elephants have a little bit of protection per se to formulate those new relationships. They can touch each other through the fence line with their trunks, smell each other, and if they're uncomfortable, they can walk away too. And that's step one to kind of give us an idea if they're compatible. Okay, so step two goes into a full introduction. That's if during the howdy process, we saw species-specific behavior that was positive and appropriate. When they are full introduction, we give the elephants a space that is, quite large where they can kind of meander and move around. It also is under supervision. This is where our staff is key to this process. Again, we're watching for that positive species-specific behavior, which usually includes the following. First of all, the more subordinate animal will usually turn around and offer their rear to the more dominant animal. The dominant animal will kind of inspect that elephant, touch them in various places, and get that communication. Together, from that point, it may go into another realm, which is basically maybe a little bit of roughhousing, or maybe they're indifferent and there's no reaction at all. Maybe it's a little bit of cooperative feeding, meaning they're feeding side by side. It could be lots of trumpeting and stuff like that. So you never know with the pair, and that's why our observations are key. Elephant full introductions could last several minutes, it could last hours, days, weeks, etc. From that point, we use all that information and we decide whether or not they're a compatible pair to kind of build our new herds. So far, since Billy and Tina have started those introductions, this is kind of where we're at. Billy has become closely bonded with Connie right here. Connie's kind of been his best pal. He's also formed a new relationship with Booper, and it just needs a little bit more time. Tina, on the other hand, has also formed a really great relationship with Booper. They're kind of like two buddies just palling around. And she has formed a new relationship with Hank. Hank, one of our larger males. She is also howdied with Sneezy through the fence line, and so far it's showing great promise, and we do think eventually they will be introduced together. So that's kind of where they're at. With 7 elephants at the Tulsa Zoo, there's so many different social combinations and dynamics that you can have. And here we have provided them a great space to make those connections with each herd members and all our guests here every day at the Tulsa Zoo.